I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it.
What?
Get some help.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You blew it!
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Excellent.
All right.
Intro.
Thank you very much. All right. Welcome everybody to the Channel Starface podcast. I guess this would be either episode 2. I'm here with the very best Valentine. How are you?
Hello, sir. Or madam.
Oh.
I didn't mean to assume your gender.
Well, it depends on the day. And today I'm feeling like I'm a little in between. But I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
I got you.
Oh man. I think we're gonna do a hate watch today. We're gonna do a hate watch.
Hate watch.
Yes.
A mother
Yes.
trucking hate watch.
A mother trucking hate watch. Before we get started, click like, click subscribe, tick the frickin' bell, please. We have 12, 13 followers now and growing. You know, we're brand spanking new, so help us get our numbers to the if we could have dozens of subscribers, that would be fantastic. So, before we even get into the 3 digits, we can get 24, 36. That'd be wonderful.
That'd be nice.
So, that'd be a great first step. So please click like and subscribe. Also, check the link below. There's our Patreon. So the way the Hate Watch works here is we will show the before our Hate Watch and after on this channel, on the YouTube channel. If you want to see the entire watch along, and includes watching the movie along with us, click the link below and join the Patreon at the $5 level, and you'll have access to all of our one podcasts that we have so far. Second one coming up this week. So the new movie or today's Hate Watch movie is going to be Superman Returns.
One of my all-time favorites. I love this movie. Sith Lord hates it, so we're gonna see today.
I don't think you need to be lying to the fans like that.
I didn't mean to. You're right.
Yeah. All right. So I loved this movie when I last saw it, and I think I saw it. I want to say a couple of years ago was the last time I saw it, and I thought it was good. We were talking about Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and all that shit last week, or our last episode, if you remember, obviously. And a lot of the problems that we had with that movie was the senseless violence. It really wasn't Superman, especially Man of Steel. Now, in the last podcast, I said I think the action looked good. And we disagreed on that, but I mean, him slamming into buildings and punching, giant robots and all that, cool. It looked good to me. I thought that was entertaining, but that doesn't really. I don't know, when thousands of humans are dying in the background and Superman makes zero effort to save anybody except focus on the fight.
Martha
doesn't justify the awesome violence, or the awesome effects and the awesome action sequences,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I actually just rewatched the Red Letter Media. Red Letter Media, right?
I've heard of it.
Okay, all right. Well, they did a show on Man of Steel, and actually, I think Mike, I think it is. His name is Mike. Has a lot of similar takes to you when you were talking about last week. It was funny, so I was rewatching. I'm like, oh wow.
Why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name? Swear to me. No, all right. So, but yeah, man, and I think that Superman Returns was the opposite of Man of Steel. The only thing I think we can both agree on is that Christopher Reeve can't be topped. Or it can't be copied.
Hasn't. He hasn't been. I'll say that, and I'm not just saying that out of nostalgia.
And also, I will also say Gene Hackman was the better Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
You know, so I like that being said, I still found enjoyment in the movie. I thought there were good scenes. I'm wondering if we're gonna see Brandon Routh in Flash because they're teasing all these multiverse elements of the movie, so we might get Brandon Routh and I heard like some subtle rumors.
Who's that?
Excuse me.
Who's Brandon Routh?
Brandon Routh is the Superman in this Superman Returns movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, so like the thing with him, from what I remember, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, is that he was very inexperienced. They really hired him because he kind of looked like Christopher Reeve. You know.
Oh, I thought they hired him because he blew someone behind the scenes.
Maybe,
Because
man.
I think you're right. I think that
he-
was his first movie too, or something like that. His first leading role, anyway.
So
Exactly.
no, but I mean, look, maybe, but I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't hate his Superman. You know, I didn't particularly care for his Clark Kent too much. You know,
Yeah.
but I didn't think he was a bad Superman, and I think he, at the very least, he did try to maintain that wholesome image. It wasn't the dreary, depressing, freaking Zack Snyder Superman. You know,
A little
or they would
bit.
even call him Superman.
He was a little emo. That once the Superman whatever kid. I can't even keep track.
Yeah.
Like he's the one who he leaves, and then Lois Lane, they tried to make it a soap opera. Like, where you been all these years? And he's like, I have like soul searching to do and stuff. It's like, what? Because this is supposed to be a direct continuation after
Meanwhile,
one of the Supermans, right? One of the 70s Donner Supermans.
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up. That's actually a
Let's go
really
there.
good point, man. Because basically, Superman Returns takes place after Part 2. So there was no Superman 3 with Richard Pryor, which I think is a mistake. I don't know why they're ashamed of that movie.
Yeah.
All right, like I get it. It wasn't. That's another one that wasn't as good as 1 and 2. Okay, great, but it was and that me and you, we saw that. I think, like we were both watching it at the same time. We weren't like together when we saw it, but we were watching Superman 3, and it was like, yo, this is entertaining.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it.
I had a really good time with that movie. We got a Brainiac, like a low level Brainiac. We got like some cool. Richard Pryor was pretty good in it. I didn't think he was bad. I like seeing Clark return to Smallville, and you had Annette O'Toole, playing Lana Lang, and she was great. Yeah, it was come on.
Yeah,
you had that drunk jock boyfriend.
Yes, yeah. The local town drunk bully.
Yeah. Perfect movie? No. No, go on.
Yeah. Did they hype it around a little too much, Richard Pryor? Yeah. They could have been a little bit more like Superman friendly, but they definitely made it Richard Pryor heavy. But I also, like you said, I didn't think he was bad in that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good in it.
3 has a charm to it. It's way different than those first 2,
Yeah.
But the third one has its own charm. And like you said, it tried to at least introduce stuff. And then, of course, the Bizarro, I guess the loose Bizarro
Brainiac.
fight scene. Yeah.
And Bizarro, duh, of course. Yeah, that's right. Where he's taking shots at the bar and trying to hit on chicks and trying to bang some broad on the top of the Statue of Liberty. Come on, guys.
Yep. And
it went kind of dark.
The red dress, the blonde, right?
The blonde and the red dress.
And the red dress, and she's on the torch of the Liberty, looking super fine.
Yeah. There's a scene.
Superman's all into it.
There was a scene when he's trying to get with Lana, right? And they're like, Lana gets a phone call and she's like, Superman, there's a truck hanging off a bridge or some weird ass emergency like that. And he's like, it can wait. It can wait. Oh, what'd you do, Chuck? What are you doing? Chuck leaving me hanging again. Jeez Louise.
For a second, but I'm with you.
All right, I had to add you back.
Yeah, sorry. glitching.
All right.
But yes, totally. And then even Lana's like, "Don't you have to go save some people?"
He's
And
like,
evil
away.
Superman's all like, "Yeah, but I
away.
want to like bang you."
Yeah. Yeah. The quicker we get this done, the quicker I can help these. Let's take care of this business first. I guess
Cut
we
this
won't
part
talk
out.
about 4 too much.
I'm just getting over being sick, so you might have to cut that part out.
Nah, I'm leaving that shit right in there. No. Did you all right, when's the last time you saw part 4? Quest for
Recently.
Peace. What did you think? I didn't see it. I haven't seen it recently.
Okay, I always loved 4 because I was just a kid when it first came out.
So you loved it as a kid?
So I loved it as a kid, and I always liked the sun-powered nuclear man, whatever it was.
Cool idea.
Yeah. Oh, really? You might have to cut that out.
Oh man, bro, you've axed? No, I'm just kidding. No, I can't even ask
Triple,
that.
baby.
Yeah,
Triple.
No.
Yeah. I forgot
What'd
what I
you
was
think?
saying.
Superman
yes.
4.
Now it's like it's so bad. Seeing it now as an adult, I realize how bad it is, like as a movie. But then I have sympathy for it because I watched all like the behind the scenes and the making of, and you realize like the producers just gutted the budget, gutted the script. They only brought back Christopher Reeves if they agreed to let him direct, but they wouldn't really let him have the control of the story. So they were all involved in cutting everything good. There was a whole subplot to that movie of another type of nuclear man gone wrong. Yeah, so I loved it as a kid. I realized it's such a bad movie as an adult, but I'll still give it like 2, maybe even 3 stars, knowing that like Christopher Reeves was robbed from that role. They brought back Margot Kidder, which we also didn't talk about in part 3. She gets reduced her role like almost to complete, except for one little intro or ending scene. I guess for like 2 or 3 scenes. She's not in 3. Then when you realize that was because of some behind the scenes personal beef, I'm like, fuck this whole movie industry shit. They ruined 3.
With backstage garbage.
4 could have been great.
But I will say this: Annette O'Toole or Lana Lang, I really appreciated that the way they had it was she fell in love with Clark. She was cool with Clark, whereas Lois Lane was a Superman simp. You know what I mean? And kept putting Clark kicking him to the curb and like friend zoning him like every step of the way.
Too. Yep,
really hard. I'll be honest, I didn't mind the like Lana Lang, and then plus they were sort of creating a love triangle, which they really hinted at the end. You can see Lois had a little shred of jealousy when she met Lana. So that I thought that was very interesting. And working with the bullshit you have with the drama. I could appreciate that at least that it led to some interesting writing as a result, like creative writing.
Yeah. It did have a positive result, but what could have been is what gets me, But yeah, you're right, because the Clark, Lana Lane, high school flirting, rekindled stuff was awesome,
Yeah.
That's why part 3 will always have like a little special place, like because it was going for something. It missed the mark a little bit, but still charming. 4 was really going for something, but it got stepped on through the production. And
really
4
bad production.
could have been, 4 could have been at least a better movie,
Yeah, there was a documentary because Canon Films ended up buying the rights to Superman 4, and they are notorious like with working with bare bone budgets and stuff like that. And I mean, we got some some good classics, right? It was like some great Chuck Norris flicks and some other ninja movies, and Ninja 3. Who can forget Ninja 3? But
I did see that documentary about Canon Films and everything
very
like
interesting.
that. The Sir Kynes, right? The father and son production team.
Yeah, totally. So I think we have introed this along well enough. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jump over to the actual watch along. Again, guys, if you're subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and thank you for hitting like and sharing if possible. If you actually want to watch the movie along with us, or at least watch the whole recording of us watching the movie, join our Patreon. There's a link in the description below. All right, so let me get this started here.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, but my camera just cut off. That's weird.
That is weird.
Why did it change?
Can you see me now? I'll take this opportunity to let the viewers out there know that this episode was brought to us by our sponsors, Jim Beam's Bourbon Whiskey. Thank you, Jim Beam. Keeping us hate watching for years to come.
All right. Well, I don't know what's going on, but they took my I don't know, my cam went down. Oh well, we can still watch the show, so no big deal. All right. So let me get the ball rolling on that. I don't want to. The show must go on. Am I right?
Must go on. We
All
must
right,
go on. Surely we must go on.
So yeah, Superman
Yeah,
Returns after takes place after Superman 2, right? So we just defeated Zod.
No,
But
not
this
at all.
has been Sith Lord and Valentine's hate movie review.
Woo! All right.
2,000 years later.
This is going to come in after. Yeah, so let's wrap up for our fans here. All three of them. So Superman Returns when we left off, luckily the storm at my house hit like right as the movie ended.
Right.
So I was able to catch everything that happened. So we can go into our initial final thoughts. What did let's start with this. Out of 10, before you saw it with me, what was your rating 1 out of 10 of Superman Returns before the hate watch?
A 0, maybe a 1.
Maybe a 1. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the plane thing.
Oh, you get 1 point for the plane scene, which hey, that's if any scene gets a point in that freaking movie, it's that.
Yes.
I think I gave it more of a 7 out of 10. My personal one before. And now after the hate watch, are you the same? Are you now it's a 0? Or where are you at?
Yeah, it's either 1 to 0 now. So I'll give it like a half a point.
Jeez.
Because of the plane scene.
Because of the plane scene. Nothing redeeming at all, huh?
Nothing.
Didn't like nothing. Parker
Horrible.
Posey should have been Lois. I think we established that.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, everything from the miscasting to the bad dialogue to the bad acting and even some bad graphics. You went to go either check the storm or check whatever, and then I was watching. There's a scene where he's flying by to do something else at the end to try to save it, and it just really looked like a cartoon. Like the whole thing just looked like a matte painting, or with like some digital effect on top of it. So I was like, even the graphics, I was like, wow, it's really cartoonish. It's like, it looked like that video game style when you play like Grand Theft Auto. I was like, wow, shit.
Well, after watching it, I think I'd give it a solid 10. No, I'm just kidding. I would have to say 6. I think it did go down a point for me. I blame you, and I will never forgive you. No, but no, it went from a C to a D. No, so
I could sway you on that.
You did sway me some, and it was just rewatching it years later. You pick up things, you have different appreciations, and sometimes a movie hits you right one day and it hits you wrong the next.
Yeah,
sometimes that happens.
Happens a lot.
I think I've stayed in that 6, 7, 8 range throughout the entire my entire experience with the movie, but now, so if you give it half a point, how does that compare? Do you think it's better than Man of Steel or worse? Do you think Man of Steel is better?
Man of Steel. That's the first Cavill one, right? The first time
Yeah,
you get
with
that.
Zod, and they blow up Smallville, and they 9/11 Metropolis.
Oh wow, they're really both bad.
Yeah,
That's a good
so
question
yeah,
because
so
they're both so bad. I would have to really think about which one is worse.
which one is worse?
The Cavill one was
Michael
so
Jordan.
disappointing.
Stop it.
Sorry about that.
No, let it
Have it
run.
ready.
Fuck it. Start the show. Go to
No, we're
commercial,
already in the
Rock.
show. Yeah, I just loaded it. I just loaded the new opening credit, and it just interrupted us. I'm sorry about that. Please continue with your thought.
No, it wasn't anything heavy. My thoughts are never anything deep. But which
Yeah.
movie is worse is hard to say right now because they're both so bad. Then we watched that other one the other night, and then I was trying to get through those DC movies, a whole bunch of them, Supermans, the BVS, the Justice League. I was like, wow, they're all I can't even sit through them anymore.
You can't even do it anymore. Oh
Mm-mm.
man,
Mm-mm.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm going to be at that level with the Marvel movies soon. Because
Yeah,
ironically,
I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like I'm the only one saying I still like I don't know, sometimes those Marvel movies, not that they're hit or miss, because I definitely
right?
feel like I like a lot of them.
Yeah,
But still, I don't know. Still, sometimes like there's a certain scene that looks really cartoonish. There's like some of the dialogue stuff. I'm like, okay. They try to
right.
push the soap opera thing a little bit. They skirt the line on everything. So far, the Marvels are still way better than anything the DC's put out.
Well,
All the Star
it's
Wars shit,
man, we're gonna get into it, and I'll tell you
Get
right
into
now,
it.
I have issues because the fact that you brought up Star Wars is super important because again, it's the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, is it?
Yes. It's actually re-released in theaters, and I decided not to go as opposed because the Echo Base Network. I was on Echo Base last night. At least I was on the stream. I didn't do member pop in or anything, but so I was like just watching. You know what I mean? But they're good. They're amped up, ready to go to the theater, and I understand why because it's classic Star Wars on the big screen.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the minute I give them my $15 or $20, they're gonna say, "Great, thank you. We're gonna take this $20 and we're gonna put it towards the Rey Episode 10 movie, where she shits on Luke's corpse in the opening act."
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong about that either.
Yeah. They haven't figured it out yet.
Well, here's the thing. Are they doing the 40th anniversary of the way we saw it as kids? Or are they doing this whole like George Lucas push? Like, no. The Return of the Jedi you're going to get is going to have the Hayden Christian
Oh, at
fucking
the end,
and it's going to have all those extra fucking shit
that
scenes.
dope ass. I think what was the band in Return of the Jedi? In Jabba's palace. I think they're called Your So-Called Friends or Zombie Swag. It's one of they had some weird name like that. They were
Yeah,
cool.
there was definitely zombie swag, right?
Zombie
But
Swag.
that scene's been changed out. Now they
Yeah,
did a
that
whole
was
new dance number, like it was the fucking puppets, like they
it was
had
really
Jim
bad.
Henson
Fraggle Rock.
fucking
It
do
was
it. Yeah,
it was like CGI Fraggle Rock. Yeah. And didn't bother me. I get it. I understand why it does bother people, and I think now it kind of bothers me in retrospect because it's
So they're
like
bringing it. That's good. So then bringing us back full circle. If it's the George remake, fucking go fuck yourself, Lucas new
of
version
course
in the
that's the
theater,
one.
are you gonna
That's the
see it?
one.
Are you
No,
gonna
that's the
see it?
one. I'm not going. Yeah, no. And again,
Mm.
like that ship has sailed. That's this weekend. Disney didn't even advertise for it because they don't want to get embarrassed. If they push this movie, it would do very well. It will probably like do better than like Rise of Skywalker or some shit, like, or Solo. It would do more money than that because I didn't even know it was out until Echo Base Network brought it up on their podcast like I think a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they're releasing it maybe 2 weeks ago, but no, absolutely no advertising. You would think Google knows everything else I like. Where's the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary? Buy your ticket now. I don't even see that.
Mm.
Come on. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
So
And
yeah,
I'm
those
not
are our thoughts on
getting
Superman Returns. No, no,
just like that one.
I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No. That's it. Just any of those releases of the new footage Star Wars ones, I'm like, I'm not paying for them. I don't want them on DVD. I don't want any of that. I don't care about
Beautiful.
a re-release of that. If you were gonna tell me, all right, George Lucas is listening to the fans and he's gonna re-release mostly original version, maybe you could keep a scene or two in there if it really fits, and not like the Jabba scene. Fuck the Jabba scene of the first one, of New Hope, right?
Yeah, why did they do that? I mean, again, they were trying to show off the technology. Actually, I really think that's what it was.
Woo!
Whoa, when he walks by on his tail,
Yeah,
and he just kind of like it was like a clear cut and paste. Yeah, that was really silly.
so bad. That does not hold up.
God, look at
To
this! I
the
am
point
full
where it's
neck
like,
beard.
get that out of there. Put it on Blu-ray now. How it was, the original 3 from the 70s, Jedi from what, 80, 81.
George Lucas will never sign off on that, but you can get that version like on the black market. There's like a despecialized Blu-ray edition. Someone went
How
in.
crazy is that?
Yeah, God bless him. It is them, they, she, her, whatever, whoever made that. They are probably granted sainthood in the afterlife. So good for them. I'm glad they did that. It's good preservation of history. All right, so
it was internet people, because I feel like I heard about that too. Like someone of the fans, they were just like, fuck it. They pirated all the 3 original ones, released it on the internet for a while, and then people were just copying that.
Right.
And it's ridiculous that that's what it has to come to.
Right. It's an absolute shame. And I think on that note, we're going to transition into Canned Chicken episode 2.
Oh, you're transitioning?
We're
What
going
are
to
your
transition.
pronouns?
Well, first I got to get my Bud Light. And when I drink the Bud Light, I then put the bottle on my head, kind of like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. And then it'll tell me, you are they, them, non-binary.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? I gotta get my. I'm loading my soundboard up.
Load it up.
I know it's
What are
taking
we
forever,
watching?
man. It's like Pro Tools. Yeah, what are we watching? All right, so
What are we
I
hitting
was
on
actually
tonight?
there's a female remake of Fight Club. I was looking at. I haven't seen it. It's called Chick Fight. I think we both gonna hate this one, which would be interesting. So we could probably shit on this movie, but I want to pick a movie that the crowd would get into, like the people who join Patreon would want to see the movie too. Like we picked 2 movies that are watchable. Say what you want, but I mean, can we? I don't know. How fun can we make it? You know what I mean?
That's the question with every episode. Every episode.
We're gonna die a slow death.
Podcast lasts, yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody, hit like, hit subscribe. I want to thank you all for tuning in to our latest Hate Watch. So yeah, you got it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Superman Returns. Is it better? Was it worse? Was it fun? Were we talking too much? Let us know. All right, so God bless you guys, and we're gonna see you real soon. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.